In this video, I am with Reggie Collette from Collette Tech, and we're going to talk about safe camera mounts and cutaway systems for skydiving helmets. Hey there, this is Catherine Bernier from Skydive Vibes, sharing the passion of skydiving and helping you become a better and safer skydiver. So if you're new here, consider subscribing not to miss our weekly videos. More and more skydivers want to jump with cameras because they want to share their video jumps. That being said, this brings up a lot of safety discussion because jumping with a camera can bring entanglement issues or malfunctions. So jumping with the right equipment is really important. Today, I'm super excited because we have with us on that video Reggie Collette from Collette Tech. And he's going to talk and discuss with us about safe camera mounts and cutaway systems for skydiving helmet. So, hey, Reggie, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, Catherine.
Thanks to you. To start off, could you just explain to us what is your background and how you ended up founding Collette Tech?
I've been skydiving for about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm an engineer by day. And when the first time I started looking at putting a camera on a helmet, I went out and sought out a lot of advice and got advice from camera guys. I looked to inspiration from the likes of Norman Kent and Tom Sanders and some of those guys, and you know looked at what was on the market. And the first natural thing to do was to buy a snag resistant mount, like a G3 roller or something like that. But the more I looked at it, the more I thought about it, I wanted a cutaway system on that for a full face helmet. And just as I looked at everything, there wasn't anything available on the market. So kind of went through a lot of iterations of developing my own camera mount. And when I finally got to something that I liked, I got a lot of feedback from other jumpers saying, "Hey, could you make me one of those? Or you should make that available. You should sell it." And so one thing just kind of led to another, and now here we are today.
Great. So what are the products you are offering at Collette Tech for skydivers?
Yeah, so right now we make the only top mount cutaway camera mount for full face helmets. We recently started making just some general snag, like a more traditional snag resistant type of mount. I got a few of them here. Here we've got something mounted on a KISS helmet. Really like this one because it's still a top mount camera mount. It's still pretty snag resistant as it is. And with this type of camera mount, it's just got a cutaway handle. Yank this out and camera mount is gone. And then recently we started making some more traditional, just bolt-on style snag resistant mounts.
So personally myself, I'm actually looking for a cutaway system to install on my helmet in order to have a camera. And I noticed there was two types on the market right now. So whether you have a cutaway system that will release the full helmet, or you can, just like in your case, just release the camera. So could you tell us the difference and what would you recommend for skydivers, whether releasing the full helmet or just the camera?
Yeah, of course. That's a really good question. Of course, for a standard open face helmet, just a simple chin strap cutaway is a great idea. And it works great because once you get rid of that chin strap, a full face helmet can just fall away. The difference with a full face helmet is that a lot of those helmets are so snug that even if you get rid of that chin strap, it still requires some action on your part to get that helmet off your head. And everybody's helmets fit a little bit differently. I know the way my helmet fits, it's really tight. That's just a personal preference. But I actually have to grab my helmet with both hands and lift it up and roll it off my head. Not something that I want to do in case of an emergency. I want kind of a one and done handle that I can pull just like my reserve to get rid of the problem.
So would you recommend using a cutaway system that will release the full helmet whenever we have an open face helmet because it's easier to get rid of? And then would you recommend at least to have the camera release system on a full face helmet?
Yeah, absolutely. On a full face helmet, I just, I would love to make mounts for open face helmet, but it really just doesn't make sense. Chin strap cutaways or chin cup cutaways, they're extremely effective, easy to put on, easy to maintain, and that's why we haven't really gone down that road.
All right. And what differentiates Collette Tech's products from other mounts out there in the market?
Yeah, so there's different routes you can go. Obviously, like I said, we're the only top mount camera mount. I know there's some chin mount mounts out there on the market. Those are good too. They're a little bit different in that the angle of a chin mount is a little bit different. It was a personal preference that I didn't really care for. Still an effective system. I think some of the new things that we've come up with is and I'm all about listening to jumper feedback, and you get all these small details over time. And I think one of the things that we introduced recently was our new mounts. I don't know if you can see it here. Have some detents where once you mount this on your helmet, it's not going to change in terms of the angle. So if you bump your camera, you're not gonna lose your video for the entire skydive. It'll hold the angle setting. And then I know there's a lot of stuff out there for the GoPros. One of the places we're looking to go now is we just finished up doing a bunch of 3D scans for the new Sony camera. This is getting really popular, so should be looking for us for some Sony camera mounts here soon.
Great. So that tells us a little bit of the roadmap for the future for Collette Tech. Do you have anything else coming up?
Yeah, we right now we cover the Hero 3, Hero 4, Hero 5, and Hero 6. And like I said, we'll be working on the Sony cameras here soon. Right now, we cover most of the popular full face helmets: the Kiss, the G3, the Bonehead. Also, we've got some session mounts coming soon. I actually have one sitting right here. We'll be covering the Session 5 with both cutaway options and the traditional snag resistant options. And then we'll be looking to probably make this Session mount in a dual configuration as well. That seems to be getting more popular with especially some of the tandem videographers.
So what do you think is the right decision for jumpers? A cutaway system or no cutaway on their camera setup?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit biased, and I'd love to say, hey, everybody should always have a cutaway system, no matter what. I personally realize that that's probably just not an option for everybody. With any cutaway system, there's a little bit of maintenance that goes with it, a little bit more installation involved with it, and if you're not comfortable with that, then maybe that's not the right decision for you. I do think that everybody should at least have a snag resistant mount. That's just a really smart option to have. There's a lot of options out there, and there's more and more becoming available every day.
All right, those are all great informations because now I can see that we really need to make sure our mounts, our camera mounts are snagless to avoid to the maximum all entanglement possibilities. But also having a release system on a camera setup is really important. So now what you guys are offering, there's options for an open face helmet and a full face helmet to be able to have cutaway system whenever we wear a camera. So I'll agree with you with the fact that anyone that has a camera set up on their head should have a snagless mount and a cutaway system to be really safe. That being said, if people want to get in touch with you and ask you some questions, maybe provide some more ideas on the kind of mounts that they need for their setup, well, where can they contact you? Do you have a Facebook page or a website?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook page. It's under Collette Tech. We've also got a website, ColetteTech.com. We've got a support page there. If anyone has questions, they can email us at sales@ColetteTech.com. I'm always taking feedback and listening to what people want. Maybe I get a lot of emails on things that people have been looking for that maybe aren't available on the market today. I love hearing those ideas. It's a win-win. We can't do them all, but I love hearing that kind of feedback.
Good. So I'll make sure that all the links you mentioned are in the description below. So the Facebook page and your website so that people can quickly access to it. And thanks a lot, Reggie, for your time. This was a lot of valuable information, and I hope we helped some skydivers out there to make the right choices whenever it comes to safe camera mounts.
Yeah, thanks for so much for having me on, Catherine.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to know more about camera safety and having the right setup to do camera jumps, well, check out this video right here where I did another interview with a pro tandem cameraman. Also, consider subscribing not to miss other videos just like this one. And on that, I tell you, stay safe and blue sky.